Good morning. Welcome to Bible meditation on Book of Jeremiah. Today is supposed to be Peter, but he had an injury, and so he won't be here today. For the next couple of weeks, he'll be out. So please continue to pray for Peter as he go through the recovery time. Well, first, let me read the Word of God for you. Why has Israel become a slave? Why has he been carried away as plunder? Strong lions have war against him, and the land he has been destroyed. The towns are now in ruins, and no one lives in them anymore. The Egyptians, marching from their cities of Memphis and Tahpanhes, have destroyed Israel's glory and power, and you have brought this upon yourself by rebelling against the Lord your God, even though he was leading you on the way. What have you gained by your alliance with Egypt and your covenant with Syria? What good to you are the streams of Nile or the waters of Euphrates River? Your wickedness will bring its own punishment. Your turning from me will shame you. You will see what an evil, bitter thing it is to abandon the Lord your God and not to fear him. I, the Lord of heaven's armies, have spoken. Long ago I broke the yoke that oppressed you and tore away the chains of your slavery. You said, I will not serve you. On every hill and under every green tree, you have prostituted yourself by bowing down to an idol. But I was the only one who planted you, choosing a vine of the purest stock, the very best. How did you grow into this corrupt wild vine? No amount of soap or lye can make you clean. I still see the stain of your guilt. I, the Lord, sovereign Lord, have spoken. This is the word of God. So in this passage, we definitely hear the judgment of the Lord. And we notice that verse 14 through 19, God has redeemed the Israelites from Egypt, as you know, the time of Moses. And he took him to the promised land. But once they have got into this promised land, they deny God, and then they became a partner to Egypt and Syria. And now they have defiled the land. And the word backslider is mentioned, which means that they are far away from God. In the New Testament, the word backslider mentions in a different way. For instance, the word of falling from the grace, or leaving your first love, or loving the world, or walking in darkness. It's a very similar word. And here we notice that God says that I'm going to discipline you. And so we need to be careful how we walk with the Lord. And then let's look at verse 20. It says, long ago I broke the yoke that pressed you and tore away the chains of your slavery. But still you said, I will not serve you. On every hill and under every green tree you have prostituted yourself by bowing down to an idol. Here Jeremiah uses the word like an animal. It was a stubborn animal that they will not be willing to be broken. It's like riding a horse, the wild horse. You have to break them in order to now control them. But they said, I will not serve you. They want freedom. I want to do whatever I want. That's what they're saying, literally. You know, discipline seems difficult. It seems like you're a slave to this. But through discipline, it will actually bring freedom. And so right now we see all this happening in our country. People are protesting. We want freedom. We are protesting because Black Lives Matter. And I do believe that's so as well. But they use this protest a way of asking for freedom. But instead of protesting peacefully, people are looting, destroying stores. I mean, what sin the owner of the store have? But they destroy the stores. They fight against the police in the name of freedom. And that's what's happening here. The Israelites want freedom, but they are becoming more evil. And then verse 22, it says, "No amount of soap or lye can make you clean. I still see the stain of your guilt. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken." They have defiled the Lord's temple and his law. And they think that the religious ritual will cleanse them with soap and lye. But over and over again, Jeremiah continued to say, what you do really doesn't matter. What the problem is your heart. The heart needs to be clean. Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9 says this, "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?" Interesting about the heart is that we think the heart could change by doing things, but only God could change our hearts. And so here are several applications. First of all, God is love, yes, but also God is a God of justice. He will not tolerate sin. Therefore, he will discipline his children because he loves them. The second thing we notice that the evil will lead only to destructions. In the name of freedom, with a good cause perhaps, but deep down in their hearts, the heart is evil. And so who could change the heart? Again, it is only God who could change the heart. And that reminds me the song that David wrote after he had sinned against God with Bathsheba, with adulterous sin, and also a murder. He wrote a song on Psalm 51. It's about change my heart, oh God. Because only God could change our hearts. Also, only God could change your family's heart. You could force your children, you could force your spouse, but they will not change their heart. Only God could do it. Therefore, we need to pray. We need to pray that God will change our hearts. We need to pray that God will change their heart, the government, people that we love. Only God could change our hearts. And so I hope that we will spend some time today seeking the Lord and asking God to change our heart. Well, thank you. And tomorrow, Alan will share the meditations. And I will see you next week.